Hi, welcome to this version for this week's version of Castle Point Tai Chi Easy. And just follow along. Hopefully, it's going to be easy to do for you. And we'll get started. So first we want to do is get ourselves warmed up a little bit. So we start with the major joints of the body. So let's start with our neck. Gently roll your neck around. And the neck, right? We can hold a lot of tension in neck and shoulders. A lot of that's due to, of course, kinds of work that we're doing where we're on the computer for long periods of time or a device like that. We get hold tension in the neck. So let's gently roll the neck around and allow that tension to just let go. All right, very good. Next, we'll move to the shoulders, and we're just going to turn our shoulders, right? Rotate the shoulders around a few times. And, this is obvious, but notice that the shoulders are a ball and socket joint, and you can rotate them around in a circle, and then we'll go the opposite way. So we have joints that rotate in a circle, and then we have joints that are like a hinge, right? So, right, for instance, our elbows and our knees are like a hinge. This becomes very important to make sure that we're protecting our knees. Okay, the next one that we're going to do is we're going to keep the knees bent a little bit, let your arms dangle over, and we're going to roll like a wheel. So we're going to turn in a circular fashion, let the arms roll up and then roll down. Keep your back flat, keep your knees a little bend in them. That will keep your back from any type of strain. That's good. Do a couple more and then we'll reverse direction. Okay, now as we come around, we're just going to rest for just a moment in the forward position. Again, knees are bent, back is flat, and then we're going to rotate in the opposite direction. And just feel those hips loosening up, freeing up. Lower back is loosening up. And this is the area, again, that we can hold a lot of tension. So we want to just let that tension go, relax, and feel the hips and lower back loosening up. Now let's stop on the bottom here, and then very slowly, carefully, coming back to the standing position. Okay, great. Now feet together, and let's massage the knees, bring some warmth into the knees. These are very critical when we're doing Tai Chi, and also for lots of kinds of Qigong, but definitely for Tai Chi. So Tai Chi is very safe for all parts of the body, for you as a whole, but we want to be careful with our knees and make sure that we're giving them all the care that we can so that we don't develop any problems. All right, so now little circles with your knees in one direction and then reverse in the other direction. All right, so you can see your knees there is some rotational ability in the knees, but the knee is fundamentally, it's a hinge joint, right? So it only is supposed to go in one line. All right, so we want to be very aware of that. Okay, so that's some warming up, and then the next thing we want to do for the warm up is we're going to do some basic Qigong. So the basic Qigong is going to be for the spine. So we're arching over, bending to the side, and then coming up and bending the other direction. It's called side bending. And notice and feel into your body how this stretch feels, right? It feels usually pretty good. I mean, it's not, we don't normally side bend during our, activities or things that we do. Side bending is not something that we normally do, but the body is capable of moving this way. So we want to move in all the ways that the body can move. Notice the opening and the closing. So it's opening on the long side, closing on the short side. Let your breathing be nice and deep, relaxed. And again, allowing through this gentle motion back and forth, allowing yourself to relax and go into the movement. Let the movement open you up. Right? Good. And a couple more. This particular form of Qigong comes from the Vitality, what's called the Vitality Qigong series. And this form in particular is is aimed at helping you relax, right? So it's very good for the nervous system. So we can even imagine and feel our nerves being gently massaged as we bend from side to side. All right, and then coming back. Now we'll do a few in the opposite axis. So we looking up, bending back. Tuck your tailbone underneath, protect your low back. And then curling forward, contracting, and then letting go. Relax on the in-breath. Curling forward, contract, squeeze all the muscles you can find, and then let go. Repeat. So we're exercising the spine. There's a lot of other stuff that's happening as we do this form. I'm not going to get into that so much today, but just let this work the spine. So the spine opens as we arch up, and then it reverses, right, when we curl forward. So just notice how that feels, the flexing of the spine, curling forward, opening up. All right, good. All right, the last one that we're going to do in this series is called Gazing at the Moon. So notice orange side cone, yellow side cone. So that's how we'll orient when we're in, like, because we are a mirror image of each other. All right, so what you want to do is shift the weight over to the yellow side. And below the waist doesn't turn, above the waist turns. Lower back, middle back, upper back, to the top of the head. Let your arms swing up, look over the tips of your fingers. And then come back down, weight is in both legs. And then turn, gaze at the moon with the weight in the orange side leg. Back to double weighting, shift the weight and turn, twist. Right, we're getting a nice spinal twist. Carefully, very careful though, to stay in your comfort zone. And coordinate the movement. Right, so that the lower back turns, then the middle, upper, right to the top of the head. It's like winding a spring, unwind the spring, and then gently wind it in the opposite direction. Okay, let's do one more to the opposite side. And gazing at the moon, coming back to center. All right, very good. So just pausing for a moment, notice, you can close your eyes, leave your eyes open, but notice how you're feeling after just doing a very brief Qigong forms, where we're relaxing, we're aligning, we're allowing our breathing to slow and deepen, and we're just being present to what's happening in the moment. Okay, we're going to do a brief meditation tonight, so just follow along with the arm postures that I'm going to share, and there'll be some bells to follow as well. So this is for 5 minutes of standing meditation. Start with feet shoulder width, and soften your knees, unlock your knees, and allow your tailbone to drop down. And then moving up to the top of the head, suspend up from the top of the head, relaxing your shoulders, letting your feet root into the ground. So there's a spot right in the middle of your foot. If you find your balance point as you're standing, just root into the ground through that spot. Let your breathing drop down. So your breathing is going to go slower, longer without any breaks, and deep into the body as opposed to up in the chest. And then we just bring our mind into the body, sensing, feeling. Next posture, imagine you're holding a beach ball against your body, and you're using that beach ball to rest your arms. Your shoulders are relaxing down. Your elbows are down and heavy. Feet are rooted into the ground. The head top is suspending up. Now palms face away from you at about eye level. Again, dropping down into the posture. Head top suspending up. Feet rooted into the ground. You're connected to earth and connected above as well. If you're feeling any tension in the body, just allow that to relax and let go. Feel the opening in the body. Now palms are out to the side. Palms face the floor. Relaxing down into the earth. Head top gently suspending up. Relaxed, nice relaxed deep breathing. And last posture. Now we're holding the beach ball at your waist and feeling your arms are just resting against the beach ball. And you can relax a little bit more, a little bit deeper. Okay, let your arms drift down and then gently, slowly move the body. Wiggle your fingers, shake your legs a little bit. That's it. Just getting things flowing and moving again. Just gently shake. And bounce a little bit, bounce on your heels. All right. Okay, now we're going to move into doing some specific Tai Chi forms. First thing I want to do is review weight shifting, right? So I'm going to be doing that for the next couple of weeks so we can each time touch on that skill a little bit and hopefully have some opportunity to practice. Okay, so simple weight shifting is I'm going to shift my weight to the arm side. And if I do that, to get the weight to shift, I have to sit down in the arm side leg. I have to bend my arm side knee a little bit. And then the weight will go into the arm side leg and the yellow side leg is empty. Right? So then we come up and the weight is evenly distributed. And then I'm going to shift to the yellow side by, again, sitting down, knee is bent. And notice that my body is upright now. Weights in both legs, back to the arm side. So you want to make sure that you try not to lean, because if you're leaning, you're going to lose your center and you're going to be unstable. So the key is sitting down, bending the knee, and then you can shift the weight. And one more time. Okay. So in Tai Chi, we don't really move in a line when we're doing the form. Everything moves in a circle or a spiral, right? And that's the beauty of the system, because that circular motion, that spiraling motion creates a lot of internal movement and develops flexibility and strength. So how do we do it? How do we shift the weight using Tai Chi principles? So let's shift the weight to the yellow side. And what we need to do next is turn our waist. I turn until I can't turn anymore. Then I shift the weight over to the arm side. Now turn to the arm side. I can't turn anymore. And then I shift the weight. So turn to shift the weight. I'm turning my waist, turning the center of my body, which is, of course, I'm using the hip joint and all the connective tissue to the hip is involved in this, right? So turn and then shift the weight. Turn to the arm side and then shift the weight. Right, so we're completely engaging the hip joint in the weight shifting process. We're bringing our hip joint through a full range of motion. Right, this helps us with our mobility, keeps us, helps our mobility, full mobility, whatever it might be. So turn the waist and then shift the weight. And then turn and shift the weight. So there's, I've been talking about weight shifting. The weight shifting is a very important part of Tai Chi. All right, let's come back to center. So the principle in Tai Chi is it's called separating yin and yang. And in this case, what we're separating is the weight. This creates a pumping motion through the body, almost like a second heart, right? Which is helping to move the blood and all the fluids through the system just by shifting the weight. And we do it in a very smooth, connected way, right? That's what we aim for in our practice. All right, so let's do the form. We've done this form a few times now. It's called harmonized yin and yang. So weight is in the orange side. Orange side palm is on the top and yellow side palm is on the bottom. Turn your waist, shift the weight, and like we're throwing a frisbee with the yellow side palm. Now I turn and my palms come together. I form the Tai Chi. Now I shift the weight back to the orange side, harmonize yin and yang to the orange side. Turn, form the Tai Chi, shift the weight. And it's like we're standing, but you could almost imagine that we would be walking as we're doing this form. And actually down the road a few weeks, or we will be doing that. We'll be walking. Okay, so turn the waist, form your Tai Chi. Now shift the weight, face forward, harmonize yin and yang. Turn, form the Tai Chi, shift the weight, and face forward, harmonize yin and yang. All right, so we've done this, and this is kind of review. So now I turn and form the Tai Chi. I'm going to turn the Tai Chi over. I'm just reversing the palms. This is the first transition of the Tai Chi 5 standing form. I'll let the Tai Chi drop down, turn the waist, brushing with the yellow side hand, sending with the orange side hand. Okay, turn in, holding the Tai Chi. I'm turning my waist, now I'm shifting the weight. I'm brushing with the orange side, palm sending with the yellow. Weight is in the orange side. Form the Tai Chi, let it drop down, brush and send. Turn the waist, form the Tai Chi, let it drop down. Then I brush with the orange side, send with the yellow as I shift the weight to the orange side. So as you complete the form, you're facing forward. Turn the waist. Keep your elbow down on the yellow side arm as you send forward. Turn the waist. Drop the Tai Chi down. Keep your elbow down as you send forward, shifting the weight to the yellow side. And one more. All right, so we've done now the first two forms. All right, so hopefully you're staying with that, and you can refer back. There's a little more detail in the 2 weeks before, where broke down those forms a little bit more. But the first one's harmonize yin and yang. Second one is brush knee, sending the chi. All right, now we're going to start learning a new form today. I'll introduce a new form today, and then next week we're going to put this one together with the other two forms. So it'll be the third form in the Tai Chi 5 form. So to learn this form, let's just start by letting our palms face forward like this, imagine that we're holding a ball in between them. And let's shift the weight to the orange side. Now turn your waist, let your arms swing open, dropping your elbows down. Drop your elbows down. Now the orange side palm, which is your back palm, cuts a path forward as you shift the weight to the yellow side leg. The yellow side palm drifts back towards your body. All right, so now the weight's in the yellow side leg. I turn a little bit more. Let my arms swing open. Drop my elbows. And now I'm going to shift my weight to the arm side, cut the path with the yellow side hand. Arm side hand comes back to the body. Turn, open, drop elbows, shift the weight and cut the path forward. Turn and open, drop the elbows, shift the weight, cut the path with the yellow side hand. Notice that the action is across the body. Turn, open, weight's in the arm side leg. I'm going to shift to the yellow side leg as the arm side hand cuts the path forward. Now I'm shifting to the arm side and I'm cutting the path with the yellow side hand. I'm always, as you let the arms swing out, you're turning your waist, then you're dropping your elbows, then cutting the path, shifting the weight, cutting the path. Turn, let the arms swing out, drop the elbows, shift the weight, and cut the path. Yeah, this form is it's a little bit harder to learn than the last two. But with practice and just playing with it, all the pieces will fall together. So arms swing open, drop your elbows, shift the weight, cut the path with the yellow side hand. And now reverse back, shifting the weight to the yellow side. Let's do a couple more. And now notice and feel the palms passing each other. Right? As we turn open, drop elbows, shift the weight. Notice the feeling of the palms passing each other. That can be a good kind of anchor or cue for your Tai Chi as you're learning particularly. Open and shift the weight, cut the path. And even though we're learning, right, we want to be relaxing. Because learning Tai Chi in the beginning, it's not a trivial thing. So sometimes it can like, wow, I'm getting worried about stressing out or whatever. The whole point of doing Tai Chi is to not be stressed out. So we want to be gentle with ourselves, patient with ourselves as we learn these very powerful and healthy practices. Turn open, drop the elbows and shift the weight, cut the path. And one last one. Okay, so that's cutting the path to clarity. Next week, we'll put it together with harmonized yin and yang, brushing, brush knees, send the shape. To close our practice today, we'll do a couple of the gathering breaths. And then I'm going to share my screen and put my contact email on there. In case you have questions, you want to talk about anything, I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. All right, so have a great week. We're going to do a little closing now, gathering breath. Gather the breath in. Now, we're going to close the practice. So breathing in, stepping the yellow side leg in as your arms come up over your head. And one last time, passing, allowing the breath to pass down through. Okay, so have a great week. Again, I'm going to share my screen for contact information and hope to see you next time. Everybody have a great week.